Let's talk about security. AI seems incredible for building mobile apps, especially if you don't have a coding background. And that's because it is. That landscape has completely changed, and you really can build a mobile app now with AI without needing a traditional coding background. But there is a gap between code that works and code that is safe to run in the real world. If you start prompting before you understand a few fundamentals, you can end up shipping something that looks fine, but quietly exposes you to serious problems later. One of the most important fundamentals to understand before you build anything is security. So in this video, I'm going to use AI to build a simple Android chat app, and then we'll look at what we actually shipped and why it's so fragile. Let's start with the initial prompt. Create a mobile application called ChatBuddy, which will be an app for communicating with an AI agent. This will be a simple homepage screen with a chat interface similar to WhatsApp, where the AI and the user can have a conversation. You'll need the OpenAI API key to connect to the OpenAI model. Here it is. And as you know, to enable your AI application, you need an API key from one of the providers. In this case, we're going to use OpenAI. So I'll create a new API key. I'll call it ChatBuddy key. And then once I create it, I'm going to copy it. So I'll click copy, and then I'll give this to the AI agent. Okay, let's see what it comes up with. Great, so the AI agent has finished building out my mobile application, and it looks like it's used a framework called React Native. I'm going to go ahead and build this app now for Android. And I'm going to use a tool called EAS. So it's EAS build. It's a production build, and the platform is going to be Android. So I'm going to run this, and when it's done, I'm going to be able to install this Android app on my phone. So I've now installed the production build of my application onto my Android phone here. And this is the exact same format that you would get if you downloaded any application from the Google Play Store. I'll open it up, and we've got our chat window. So I can be like, hi ChatBuddy, tell me a story. And I'll run that and see what the AI comes up with. All right, cool. So the AI has come up with a whole story for me. And so my connection to OpenAI is working. The app seems pretty secure at first glance, but the truth is that this Android app that I have here on my phone is an open book. First, I'll plug this phone into my laptop with a USB. Now my Android phone is going to show up as a device if I run ADB devices. And now I can use this command to list all of the apps on my phone. Then I just need to grab my one, which has the path with my name in it. And then I'll run the pull command to pull the app's base APK onto my laptop. Then I just got to unzip the APK. And after that, I can just start searching through it. Now, if I'm specifically searching for an OpenAI API key, then I know that those are prefixed with sk-proj. So I can run this search command and search the term sk-proj, and I'll run that on the bundle. Now all I need to do is have a look through this text, and there it is in red, mask proj, sitting right beside this big long string here. And that's it. That is the secret key. Anyone could drain your OpenAI account with this one API key. And the same goes for platforms like Supabase or AWS or even Stripe, just because you weren't purposeful about security. But there's a very simple golden rule that you can follow when using AI for app development that will keep you safe. Your app bundle, which in this case is using React Native, is public. Every line of code that you put into it should be considered completely open to the public. When a user logs into an app, their device will be given an authorization token that is unique to them. There's only any point in doing any of this if your app has a backend. The backend is a secure environment, and it's guarded. Anybody with a terminal can knock on the door of your backend, but they can't get in without an authorization token. If they do have a token, they will be identified, and the backend will decide what they are allowed to do. In our chat app, one thing that the user's app wants to do is to ask for a response from the AI model. So the backend decodes their token, then takes their message and connects to OpenAI with the secret API key. The user never gets to see any of this happen. All they see is the response coming back to them. If you want a payment gateway like Stripe, an AI feature from OpenAI or another LLM provider, or any other third-party integration, you must use a server-side backend environment. The only way to stay secure is to do that. So if you remember one thing from this video, let it be this. Anything that runs on a user's device should be treated as public. And so if you keep secrets out of the mobile bundle completely, you're okay. That's as long as your backend is completely secure and locked down, and I'll cover that in a different video. AI is getting scary good at writing code, but app development is more than just coding, and it's up to you to learn these fundamentals if you want to build an app with AI. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.